What's up, everybody? At this very moment that you're listening to this, depending on the time, but if it is past 1 p.m. Central Time on this Monday here on the 17th, I believe it would be, 16th. Well, whatever the Monday is this comes out on, it's the 17th. But as you're listening to this, I'm probably 30,000 feet up in the air on my way to Rome, Italy for a week or two, or a week and a half about. It's going to be 8 to 10 days. So, yeah, we just wanted to touch base here with you real quick and appreciate you guys tuning in again. Another episode here. What in the world's going on, everybody? I hope you're doing good wherever you are and whatever you're doing, but you are here and I am here, and you are you and I am me. So here we go. The last episode was Bad, a song I wrote recently, so hope you guys enjoyed that. And prior to that was part of the story that we're telling here. I talked about the Big City, the band I was in when I was a senior in high school. And as I stated, that band kind of came to an end because we were all kind of taking different paths in our lives. Ben was going up to college up at U of I, and I got accepted at McMurray College. Still blows my mind to this day. Yeah, well, it's mainly because it wasn't my grades, I'll tell you that. It was golf, but that's another story for another time. But anyways, at this point, I was still writing songs by myself. When I moved into McMurray, I was still writing songs. That was about the time that MySpace was starting to gain some traction in the world. And that was when our Facebook was only for people that had a college email address. So there's a little nugget for you in case you didn't know that. And so anyways, I'm in college, digging it. It was a good time. It wasn't as hard as high school. I didn't think the work was. But yeah, I was kind of, I don't know, my heart wasn't in it, so to say. But, you know, I didn't want to let anybody, my family down, so I kept cruising through the semester. The first semester, that is. And so I started talking to my cousin Josh, who I talked about in the Midwest Avenue episode. And prior to that, we've always kind of played music together and wrote songs together. But he had moved about 3 hours away for a job in a town called Ottawa, Illinois. And so I was talking to him. I just kind of threw out the idea that actually, I cannot remember how it came up. But long story short, where he was living at, he had a roommate, and he had mentioned something about, I don't know how it came up with me moving there potentially. And so in long story short, we agreed that I should move up there. And I made a big decision. It was very big at that time, and still is. It changed everything in my life. I didn't want to let my family down or anything by dropping out of college, but I've always been a believer in following your dreams, you know, and doing what you love. And so I pulled the trigger. I remember walking into that admissions counselor, director, whatever her name, her position was, and telling her that I was dropping out. And she was very just blown away, and tried to talk me into staying. And then they said the doors open for me to come back there, you know, if I changed my mind. And so I signed the paper and moved out of my dorm. And that was where I bet on myself in life. And it was scary and exciting. It was just a relief in a way, because I didn't have to go to class anymore. But I enjoyed my time there at McMurray College. Everybody was fantastic. I had a fantastic roommate, JD. You're probably not listening to this, brother, but you're the man. You're the man, Billy. Only he would probably know what I'm talking about, or maybe Duncan, if he's listening to this. Oh man, we had a blast there though. It was a great time, but just wasn't for me. And that was the first time I dropped out of college. And you'll probably hear the other story about the second time too. But this one was the important one because I was going to a really great school and was majoring in social work and dropped out. So to move up to Ottawa, Illinois with my cousin and his roommate, Mr. Wes. And so anyways, I moved up there, and Wes and Josh. So I moved to Ottawa with Wes and Josh. Music together, wrote a lot of songs together. I moved into the basement. Had a bed down there, mellow driven computer, I believe. I think they had a couch down there. And Wes is fantastic. And so I started writing songs. Still is this down there. He sings in a band up in that area. And I'd recorded one Abby song. Normal. That's right, ABBYNORMAL. Abby Normal. That's right. I forget what it's called. But anyways, I wrote this song. It was in this drop D tuning, and Wes had working at a distribution center called Josh wrote a song in drop D. that was a riot. I can't remember which song it was. That was a fun time. I think it was called "Watch You Fall." And then we just mentioned, I don't know, we started. Me and Wes had written together once as well, and that kind of triggered, me, him, and Josh wanted to start a band, and we needed a bass player, and I just played bass in the big city, so I was like, I'll be the bass player, Josh will be the lead guitar player, Wes, you be the singer, and now we need a drummer. And so none of us really knew any drummers besides Wes, his now wife, but girlfriend at the time, and she was Wes's wife, but girlfriend at the time, had a brother named Duane, and so we approached him about playing drums for us. And just a quick side note on Wes's wife, she she would come over and cook for us and all sorts of stuff. And I still remember whenever Wes was getting ready whenever Wes was gonna be asking his girlfriend to marry him, and he was working out like you wouldn't believe. I mean, hours every day, just working out, trying to get in the best shape possible before he asked her to marry him. And I still think that's pretty cool. So anyways, we got a drummer, and we got a guitar player, we got a lead singer, we got a bass player. So here we go. Let's start practicing writing songs. And so we did. We called the house the Shuby house that we lived in, the duplex. And I remember, this is just some side note stuff. I remember we would sit up on the roof of the duplex a couple times and hang out. And I remember one time I met some people there. I still cannot remember how I met them. I think it might have been through going to some of the junior varsity shows or something. Hillary, if you're listening to this, you can maybe remind me. But I met a group of girls there, and they were super cool and gave me something to do. We hung out a lot, and I remember one time I was coming back. They lived in Ransom, Illinois, which is right by Ottawa. I remember one time we were coming back from somewhere, I don't remember, and they were going to drop me off at my apartment, or at the duplex there, and Josh and Wes both worked the midnight shift, and they were gone. And so I went up to the door, unlocked it, and when I opened the door, I heard a door from inside slam shut. Freaked me out. So I came back out and told them about it, and called the cops to have them come and check it out. They brought the and so the cops came, brought the dog and everything, went through, searched the house. Nobody was in there. And later on, what I kind of figured out what happened was, I think there was a door that was kind of halfway open, and when I pulled open the door, the pressure made it shut. So that was kind of funny. I had a great time living in Ottawa. That was a very, very fun time of my life. And so yeah, on with the band. We were called the Shuby House at first. That's what we had our MySpace page as. And I believe the Shuby House, the name Shuby came I think from a nickname of a guy that Josh and Wes worked with, if I remember correctly. And so we practiced over at Duane's parents' house. Big Daddy, I tell you what, his parents were phenomenal people. I mean, just the best and so accommodating. They had us over for holidays even. Like me and Josh weren't part of the family. Wes was gonna be dating their daughter and all, you know. But yeah, no, they had us over for Thanksgiving, Christmas, all sorts of fun stuff. I mean, they were just very loving people, and I was so grateful for them in my life. But so grateful to have met them and been a part of their lives and them a part of mine. I mean, they were just awesome people. And so we were practicing downstairs all the time and writing songs. Wes wrote all the lyrics to the songs. I tell you what, just vocal-wise is amazing, and as a writer, super great. So, yeah, if you guys listen to this and you're up in the Ottawa area, check out Abby Normal. I'm telling you what, you will not be disappointed. And so we, after we wrote the songs, we decided that we should record them somewhere. And I think it might have been Wes or Josh that found this recording studio. It was in a town called Streator, Illinois. And the recording studio was called Floating Point Studio. And I believe that the producer was like one of the guitarists or something for Journey, I think. I don't think he was like one of the founding members, but he was one of the people that played in their band at some point in time. So we went into the studio and recorded 10 songs, and we had our release show. I think it was in Streator. I'm trying to think of the place. It was like an American Legion. And, yeah, it was like an American Legion type building, just a hall basically. We had I got hold of some other local bands there on MySpace to come and join us. And so we had our CD release show there, and I played a set before we played. I played an acoustic set by myself, and I played some originals of some things that I've been working on aside from Thornberry Court. And that was what kind of lit the fire for me to do a solo career, you know, the SJP stuff that we're going to be talking about pretty soon here. But Thornberry Court was a great time. It was my first time playing on TV. We played Easter Seals was having a telethon, telethon, like raising money, and they had the local TV station. So we went and played that. That was super cool, and it was pretty wild doing the recording on TV, live TV, because there's a playback monitor, video and audio, that was shooting back to us. So we were playing live but getting the TV monitor sound back to us. So everything was delayed like 1 second at least. So it was like you said one word, then you said one word, then you said another word, then you said another word, and it was just boom, 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 boom. And how Wes sang the 2 or 3 songs that we did with that, I have no idea how he pulled it off, but he did. And it was tough enough just playing. I think I played guitar for that. It was me, and I think I played guitar, because it was an acoustic set. And but yeah, it was tough enough playing guitar, I remembered, but I couldn't even imagine trying to sing with that like echoing back at you. But it was more than an echo. It was just literally just it would mess with your head. It's mess with my head thinking about it and talking about it. But yeah, so Thornberry Court was a great time. Oh, we named the band Thornberry Court. We changed it from the Shuby House because we thought that the Shuby House really wasn't a marketable name, and we named it Thornberry Court because that's where me and Josh and Wes lived. Was Thornberry Court there in Ottawa, Illinois. That was the street name, the cul-de-sac or cul-de-sac. I don't even know what it's called. Man, I tell you, I shouldn't have dropped out of college. I would have known if it's a cul-de-sac or a cul-de-sac. But it's a street that doesn't. It's a dead end street basically with a round top with a round point on it, kind of like the old thermometers you used to see in the cartoons back in the day. Oh wow. Okay. But yeah, Thornberry Court was a blast. It was so much fun playing bass. It was the last band I ever played bass in. And so Thornberry Court kind of came to an end. It was tough for us to play a lot of shows due to Josh and Wes's work schedule. And so then the point came where I just was ready. I'd came back home a couple times while living in Ottawa. And I was meeting up with Dave, drum player from the big city, and we had written some songs together and had the idea to start up another band. So I moved back to Whitehall from Ottawa, and that's what the next episode is going to be. We're going to talk about another band I was in where I was just the lead singer. It was called ABBA Starline, originally called The New Scene. And that's kind of where the transition happened whenever I started doing more solo stuff as well. I was kind of doing both at the same time, ABBA Starline and the SJP stuff. So, and SJP stands for my real name, which we're going to talk about here in probably about maybe a month or so. But yeah, my birth name and... yeah, I mean, the whole name thing is going to be a fun episode. I tell you what, I've got so many questions. Oh my goodness, over the time. I tell you what, you guys are going to have a blast on that episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one as well. But next up is going to be ABBA Starline and the beginning of the SJP run. All right, and I appreciate you guys for listening to this so much. Thank you. The reviews have been great. The plays and subscriptions have been out of this world. So, I appreciate you guys so much for doing this and listening to this and hanging out with me, you know. So even my grandma listens to this podcast. Can you believe that, y'all? My grandma's on the podcast game now. Watch out. Grandma Bev, if you're listening to this, I hope you're having a wonderful time, whatever you're doing. And everybody else, we'll see you soon. Or talk to you soon, because I can't see you right now. And if I can, wouldn't that be weird?
I tried to drink myself to sleep 4 nights in a row, trying to ponder in my mind why you had to go. You should have stayed until the morning light, then everything would have been alright. Now I'm wasted and you're gone, facing all of this alone, second guessing on what tomorrow's gonna bring. We'll never know what could have been. Why did this all just have to end? Now you left me holding life up by a string. Take me to the start, right to the heart of things. The memories that made me wanna sing. I fall out loud to your eyes of gold, back to the days of old. I didn't see this coming, as strange as it may be. I didn't see you running out on me. Now I'm wasted and you're gone, facing all the... Does it feel to have the power to manipulate my mind? You had me wrapped around your fingers, wasting all my time. You took my love, you took my kindness, left me far behind. And now I'm all alone. Feed me does it feel to know I took my heart and laid it on the line? I should have seen. Coming home. I love to feel that southern breeze and all the life it brings to me. Never worry about a thing or the rain, taste of love that can't be seen. And time is standing still these days, lost inside these words I say. Take me back to the place where I feel safe. You know I leave today. I'm coming home. It's a long way back to faith I lack, will it have no end? So beautiful when I pass by, raise my hands and touch the sky. On this broken path I'll take a chance, Lord knows I try. I'm coming home to those places, whoa, where I belong. I can't go wrong, I'm coming home. Come inside my head until the morning light to see these tears I shed. If I had a chance to change what I can, I wonder how things would be. If time had a price, I'd take your advice and buy some back for me. Under the stars I fall to pieces, fall to pieces. Inside these dreams I fall apart, until this day I hear their voices, I hear their voices that explain don't wanna fall asleep, 'cause I'm afraid inside, trying to find a place to hide and run away from all the shame and broken pieces. Trying to find their special faces, trying to find their different places. Been searching endlessly. Would you take the time and help me get to sleep? Maybe I will find the better side of me. Trying to find a way to tell you how things could have been. Finding different ways to shed some light on this life of sin. Never knowing what tomorrow will bring or how this day will end. Wish I knew my way back home or how this trip began. 'Cause I've been running around as I fall from grace, crying inside with a smile on my face, blazing like a wildflower burning in hell. Been up for 3